Hey Craig, it's William, SC Car Guy. I'm gonna try to do this off the cuff. So I may jump around a little bit if I confuse you or if you have any questions. I'll try to leave my phone number in this video so you can reach out to me. We can talk it through. Not hard at all, but there are some things you need to keep in mind. All right, step one: you need to wash the car before you start. Okay. Duh, right? All right, this is my favorite soap. You don't have to use that. You just want a soap that does not have a wax in it. You just want a plain soap. There's a company in California called the Detail Firm. This is outrageously good soap. You should be able to find that fairly easy since they're in California. But again, outrageously good soap. And this bottle, I've had this bottle a year. It only takes a thimble full in a 5-gallon bucket. That's how concentrated that soap is. All right, so the next step is something that I recommend. After you wash your car, you want to get this iron Decon spray. Now, this is an option. You don't have to do this, but I highly recommend it. Those things that you're feeling in your paint is probably overspray, but there's also a lot of just metal particles floating in the air. Things like when brakes. Well, if you're in traffic a lot or whatnot, those metallic brake pads, things are just floating in the air, and you're driving through it, and it gets embedded in the clear coat. And then there's some other, just natural metals that are in the air. What this will do is you take this and you spray it on one section of the car. You let it sit, whatever the instructions say. This one here is like 5 minutes. Then you rinse it off real well, and you just go to panel. The cool thing about it is, with most of these, when you spray it on, as it sits, it will change colors to indicate the metal particles in the paint. So if you do a panel or two and you're not seeing it change color, you can go ahead and skip that. But I do highly recommend doing a decon before you clay your paint. All right, so when you talk about claying cars, this is what most people have in mind. You've got this kit from Mothers, really good kit. As you can see, I have it. Or then you have these specialized clay bars, and then what you do is after you wash your car, if you do the optional step, is you just spray the car down with a lubricant, this is what I used to use. That's why I still have a full bottle of it. The way I do it now, I don't really need that anymore. These kits especially these consumer kits, the clay in them is either a medium or a fine medium grade. You do not want to do anything over medium. If you clay your car with anything with over a medium grade clay bar, it leaves little scratches in your car, and you have to polish it. So that step's actually designed for someone who knows they're going to polish the car anyway. So now here's what I would suggest: is you get rid of this, you get rid of this, you get rid of that, and you pick you up one of these. This is what they call a clay mitt or a clay towel. And what it is, it has this like artificial rubber coating on the inside, or a side to it. One side's cloth, the other side's like this rubbery coating. And what you end up doing is, after you wash your car, do your decon, optional step, go back, get you a fresh bucket of car soap, open your mitt, let it soak in that car soap, and then because it'll be stuck together, you won't be able to unfold it until you get it nice and wet, and then you can unfold it, and you basically just wash the car again. You do one section at a time. You wash the car, and you rinse. You go to the next step, you rinse off the clay towel in your bucket of soap, you wash that section and move on. So it's just like washing your car over again. Another bad thing about these is, you got this big bar in there, and what you do is you pinch off a little piece, you flatten it out, and you sit there and you rub and rub and rub. A real small area at a time. If you happen to drop it, you have to take that section you have and throw it in the trash and get another piece and start over, start where you left off. So that's one of the reasons I don't like these as well, and they're slower. Now, I still use these on like a high-end detail, or if I'm doing some exotic car that has, exotic paint, these come in handy. But for a Tesla or just an everyday, car, these work great. They're faster. They're just as effective. So that would be my suggestion if you're going to clay the car. Is again, we'll recap. We're going to wash, do the optional step of the chemical decontamination. We're going to get a new bucket of suds, car soap and water, break out the clay towel, and just wash the car again. And then you will have just clayed your car. If you go back over it and you find you're still having some, that issue, or you still feel those things on there, just either go back to that area that you're feeling that area and do it again, or just do the whole thing. Just wash the car a second time. But usually, doing it this way the first time will get it, and you'll actually feel it when you're going back and when you're washing the car. You'll actually feel it going over the bumps, and it eventually gets get real smooth and slick, and you just move on to the next spot. So you should be able to feel the progress you're making. I will say, I personally, I don't know if this is a thing or not, it's just my personal preference. I do not, when I'm washing it with a clay towel, I stay in straight lines back and forth. I do not, do those little mini circles when I am claying a car. I make sure that I go just back and forth in a straight line. If you see it starting to dry out a little bit, just dump it in the bucket, get it wet again, and go. If you drop it, hey, just throw it in the bucket, rinse it off, and pick up where you left off. One other tip is do not do any of these steps in the direct sun. You want to do it early in the morning, or at least in some good shade. What happens is you're washing the car in direct sun, and you rinse off a section, and you have that water still on the paint, and it dries, and it leaves those little circles everywhere. That's just the minerals that's in your water that dries on the paint, and it can actually etch the paint and become permanent. So I always recommend that you wash the car early in the morning or out of direct sun, and when you're done, dry the vehicle. So anyway, I hope that helps. Again, I'll try to leave you my phone number. So if you have any questions or need a little bit more explanation, you can give me a call. Sorry about the noise. I just did the interior of this car, and there's a chemical on there that's got a cure, and it's 94 degrees outside. So I got my AC going and my fan going, circulating the air, trying to maintain a constant temperature here in the garage. All right, sir. Again, I will wrap this up, and I just got to figure out how to get it to you. Have a great day, sir. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.